preseason and training camp for. We beat up on each other all day, and then you finally get to go play against someone else and not know their plays, not know their speed. So it's fun. So the first couple games is always exciting and a lot of information.
A little bit of it about trying to figure out how your game translates, offensive and defensive schemes translates against somebody else.
Yeah, and then we put in a new offense. We got a new coaching staff. We got some new players. So just figuring out, what everyone's role and spots is, and then just working the rust off. You can practice against each other as much as you want to, but nothing like a real game.
Anything you're most curious about to see this group do against opposition for the first time?
No, just to see our compete level. We've been playing really hard against each other, so let's have it translate to a real team, a real opponent.
We've heard a little bit about new wrinkles in the offense or whatever you guys are doing. For you specifically, what does that mean for you, and what kind of changes are you seeing around you out there?
I've been in so many offenses in my career. It's not a lot different than what you've been accustomed to. I think having Dennis out there has been big. For me and a lot of the guys, to where he's been a vet. He's been in big time games, and he knows how to calm down situations, get guys the ball. And then let's just see how we play off.
Doug's talked about moving Domas around to different spots. Is that creating some different looks and some different kind of spacing for you guys?
Yeah, Domas gets the ball off the rebound, and he'll bring it, or he'll be catching the post or whatever. So he's such a talent versus other fives. He's really a four, but he can dribble and create and stuff like that. So it creates advantage just in itself.
Hey Zach, side question. Dylan Cardwell, how he been looking through training camp?
Dylan?
Yeah.
I love Dylan. Dylan's been really big for us. I like it because he's a little bit of the enforcer. He's aggressive. He'll hit somebody if you need to. Not physically, but he'll. I like his attitude.
Do y'all have conversations with him?
Yeah,
I know he's down in the
pecking. If somebody fouls me, I want him to put somebody on the ground.
Zach, a week into camp, seen you get extra work in. Also, heard you've been picking up 94 feet as well. How's your body feeling headed into this month?
I feel like I'm in the middle of training camp. I'm a little sore, but that's how it's supposed to be. Getting your body ready, and they're expecting us to be picking up. Obviously, you can't pick up 94 feet every single possession, but we've been running a lot. We've been playing a lot of defense, and we don't have to use that aggression to make ourselves as bad as we can.
Thoughts on Snell last night?
Woo! Now that's a question right there. Shout out my boy Blake, man. He's probably the most electrifying pitcher in baseball. In the playoffs, he does his thing. Really excited for him. I wish I was able to go to a couple games. Hopefully, we have an off day, and slide down there. So we'll figure it out. But Blake Snell is right now is my MVP of the playoffs.
They got a plan.
Fan club, or did you say Blake something?
He's my brother-in-law, man. So you gotta support him the same way he'll support me.
Was it a hard sell, or did you volunteer Max using your car to get his license?
Did he say that?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. He said he drove your Ferrari.
No, I did not give him that. I gave him a BMW. But Max, he's a rookie, man. I'm just trying to look out for the guys. And he said he's going for his license. I thought Max was like 24, by the way, too. So, bro, you should have had your license about 5 years ago.
How has this year been different for you? You weren't obviously on this team coming into camp last year. Just what's your comfort level like getting this whole training camp?
Feels good. You always want to have a full camp and start from ground zero instead of being there in the middle of the season. We got another good question. What's up?
I just want you to leave so I can go.
Oh, okay. Let's ask about 6 more questions so DeMar can wait.
What should we ask DeMar DeRozan?
Huh?
What should we ask DeMar DeRozan about?
What should we ask D-Boy?
Let me finish the questions they're going to ask you.
Okay, yeah, come on. Yeah, you get my question.
Thanks, Zach. Appreciate you.
Next time you got to save me, all right?
Let me ask you.
No, hell no.
Would you have let Max borrow your car to get his driver's license?
Hell no.
That's what Zach did.
Yeah, I know. Zach is a nice guy. If you need anything from Zach, ask Zach. He'll give it to you.
Not you.
Yeah, not me.
How much? I don't know. You've been through so many of these. Is there jitters going into a first preseason contest with a new group?
I wouldn't necessarily. For everybody it can be different. I know for me, it's still playing the game that I love, you know, having the opportunity to still go out there and play, you know, it's always exciting. You know, it's like the older you get, the more you understand you can't take these moments for granted. You know, you always want to be in these situations, be able to play, be able to still play at a high level. So, you know, I'm looking forward to it. I wouldn't necessarily say jitters, just more so, you know, just excited just to get back out there.
Doug said yes.
Curious to see from this group in that first opponent against the first opponent.
Just what we've been doing all week. You know, there's gonna be mistakes here. There's gonna be, you know, mishaps here. You know, just learning each other in real life situations. You know, you kind of get tired of beating up on each other throughout a week of training camp. So just to get out there, play against somebody else, be in front of the fans, kind of feel the atmosphere. You know, looking forward to that. I think that's something we definitely need.
Doug said yesterday the energy was a little down. Do you guys feel like you bounced back today?
Yeah, we bounced back. You know, bounced back. No excuses. You know, just in a sense, just human nature in a sense. You know, we got out there, you know, a week straight. You know, and sometimes coming off that day off, kind of be a little sluggish here and there, but we bounced back.
DeMar, we've heard about changes in the offense, or Ringo's moving on also. What does that look and feel like to you guys compared to last year?
I mean, you just give him more of options to be the dynamic player that he is. You know, to help us out, you know, help us be more of a team that moves the ball. You know, we got one of the best passing bigs in the league. And put him all over the floor and give us opportunities to find different angles to score, to get other guys involved. So, you know, it's been great. You know, like I said, it's going to be fun tomorrow to see how we mess around with it in game.
Are you seeing any differences in terms of floor spacing and that kind of thing?
I mean, most definitely, especially with Dennis. When you got a point guard like Dennis, his capability of getting downhill, his passing, his finishing, his creativity, it's amazing. So it makes it a lot easier for us, you know, when he had that point guard position.
You liked it against the Raptors organization, you have so much history with?
Yeah, that's home, man. That's where my whole career started. That's where I became the player I am today. You know, so the Raptor organization definitely always going to hold a special place regardless. Now, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now, you know, it's nothing that can ever replace that feeling that I had, you know, my 9 years there. So it's always cool to see familiar faces that's still there and, you know, going against them.
Did that moment last year change anything in your mind about what that organization is and what you mean to them? You have, you know, Drake and have it kind of hyping up the league.
No, I don't care. What I did there, I put my life on the line. Every single moment that I stepped on that court, you know, nothing and nobody can ever take that away. You know, I don't get caught up in shenanigans, you know, all the bull crap that comes with it. At the end of the day, I hoop, I go out there. Every true fan and every person who knows me there know, you know, I represent that place more than anybody who ever came through that.
What did you think of your name coming up in the league track that came out a little while back?
I knew about it a year ago, so it's new to everybody.
When you look at the Raptors, that team is long, it's athletic. Is that something you guys need to face here?
Yeah, you know, they've always been one of those dynamic teams that had a lot of wins, especially when the Bears took over the size that they had, you know, and you know, it's gonna be fun. You know, they got some great talent. You know, to see DI back out there playing for them. You got RJ, you got Scotty. You know, it's a lot of length out there that you gotta be ready for. You know, I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, DeMar, side question. You have had some international experience playing overseas, even watching games. What is it like, you know, going to different countries playing basketball?
Oh man, it's amazing because you know we get so used to, you know, our region, playing in all the arenas across the league. It's always good to just see a different atmosphere, a different feeling, pulling up to an arena, pulling up to a hotel, different city, a different country. It gives you a different type of feeling, you know, to see how much basketball is really global. So it's always fun. Every experience that I had playing in another country has been exciting. You know, I always try to look forward and hope, you know, I'm on the team that get a chance to travel because it's amazing to be able to have that experience.
Do the American players have like a connection with the foreigners, the international community?
Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of guys do. You know, a lot of guys, depending on what shoe brand you with, could take trips over to China, have a fan base in China. So you know, it always varies if you've been there before. So to even see you being recognized over there, people in other countries wearing your jersey and everything is definitely cool.
DeMar, free throws have been a big point of emphasis that Coach Christie's talked about. Every time we see you doing the team free throw drill, you're tossing the ball to your teammates. Was that your decision, and what's the significance?
Yeah, just my decision. Just being there for my teammates, let them get in their rhythm, cheering them on, letting them make a shot. So that's all it is.
Second time.
No, you good. No.
No, it's tough. How do you feel about 4 preseasons? How do you use the games to kind of tune up for the season, and how do you feel about the number 4 this year?
I mean, I remember when it was 8. We played 8, sometimes 9, depending on if you do an inter-squad scrimmage. I think for me, 4 is great. You take advantage of those 4. You still got time in between to clean up whatever it is you need to clean up offensively and defensively. So it's more than enough time to do what you need to do.
Think of the guard depth, this has specifically defensively.
I mean, it's great. I mean, the level that these guys compete at the position is definitely tough. It's like next man up. Everybody fighting for a victory some way, whether it's personal or team-wise. So to have that, out here every single day can't do nothing but make the next person better.
Give him shit, okay? He does it all the time, all right?